Okay, first question from Baw328.
Let's go.
Absolute shout out, Baw328. Podcast question. If we played basketball, we would be shooting free throws daily. But we don't play basketball. We ride freaking dirt bikes. So in a perfect world, we could also ride every day. In your opinion, what would be the free throw of Moto Academy? Or sorry, what would be the free throw of Moto and done daily?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. Dave, do you have an answer for that? The
I
free
love this
throw
kid.
of Moto. What is your free throw of Moto?
Free throw of Moto is circle track stand-up drill. That to me that's your bread and butter right there. You don't turn track, something small in the backyard, standing up the whole time. You're working out, keeping your eyes up. You're working on your form because you're standing. You're using a lot of your core, but mostly your legs, keeping the arms light. You're usually not high speed, so you're working on balance. You're working on throttle control, clutch. Like you're getting all of the fundamental pillars I feel like are in that. And it's also fun because you're not having to worry about like, oh crap, now I gotta hit a triple, now I gotta hit this thing. And that it's like you're taking out some of the crazy variables that keeps your head spinning, the fear is down, and it's just you and your dirt bike cutting in some technique. To me, that's where it's at right there.
If we played basketball, we would be shooting free throws.
Yeah.
What would be the free throw of Moto? Yeah. I would agree with you, Dave. Stand up only. I think it doesn't matter if you're in an oval, a figure eight, or a turn track. I think any of those three options are beautiful options. But yeah, I'm going to have to agree. Stand up only.
Yeah.
Because it hits all of the things.
It does.
I mean, yeah. If you
really
can,
does.
if you can be good at that and master that and do that every day, it builds all the things. It's the most physically demanding thing you can do is standing up on the bike.
Yep.
You'd still have access to be able to be working all the controls. Depending on the dynamic in your dirt, that definitely plays a bit of a factor. I've been giving people lately, great question, Baw328, by the way. Very good question. And I know Baw328 is doing his stand-up only drills. I've been giving people at class and inside of the app a bit of a framework for what their day at the track can look like as far as structuring their motos. And this is trying to put this as briefly as possible. 4-moto format. So you go to the track for a practice day, 4 motos, 4 times hitting the track. This is what they should look like. First session out, stand up only. The golden standard for duration is 20 to 30 minutes. Ooh. I know that might sound long and most people can't make it 20 to 30 minutes standing up. No way. But build to that. If at first you can only make it 5 minutes, great. If you can only make it 7, great. But standing up only to start your day just sets the intention right. It makes it so that you can learn the track more safely. You can actually get into a flow way, way better when you learn the track standing up as opposed to just kind of throwing everything in all at once. And it's just a really good way to start the day, especially if you're a person that gets arm pump in your first session, kind of has to write your first session off. Stand up only that first moto. Second moto, you're allowed to sit down, but you have to keep both feet on the pegs. So Moto 2 is feet on the pegs entire moto. Golden standard would be, again, 20 to 30 minutes. The reason the duration should be longer is so that you don't feel like you have to be in a rush or to do sprint laps. All 4 of these motos, in my opinion, should be done tempo, starting really slow and slowly building into a pace to where your fastest laps can come in your last few laps. Moto 3, third time you hit the track, 1 hand drill. Be careful if you're at a public track and you haven't done this drill yet. Obviously, use your best judgment. I can probably go to any track and ride one-handed. Granted, I've been doing that drill since I was 3 years old, so it's not really fair. But one hand drill. The reason you do it as third moto is it just creates a really good reset for the day. If you're struggling with a section or one part of your riding and you can't really pinpoint what it is, taking that hand off, you will instantly realize. Fourth moto is, again, you can sit down, but feet have to stay on the pegs, and it's kind of just trying to piece together the whole rest of the day. Again, 20 to 30 minutes. The only moto that's shorter than 20 or 30 minutes is your one-hand moto. That should be 8 to 15 minutes. So that's the structure. Four motos, you're in and you're out of there. It should take 2 hours or less. I've got some really good feedback on how it's working for people. I've tried that exact structure myself. So Dave, when you hit the track, try it, report back, let me know. And everybody else, try it, let me know.
Yeah, I'm going to complain. I'm going to make some noise. Whatever. I'll raise my voice, but you know.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.